Okay, so I'm at Let's Golf today. I'm at base camp, Let's Golf in Hawley. Going to do some club testing today, some iron testing. Really excited to be testing the Callaway irons today. So I've got the Apex PRO16 iron that I'm going to be testing. And here we go. There's the close-up of the iron. So our Apex Pro. Gorgeous looking club. Nice thin top line. So we're going to be hitting some shots with this club today. Going to be talking about the ball data. I've got a cutout as well, lucky to have a cutout of this club. So we're going to talk about the technology, what's under the hood as well. Okay, so we've got the Callaway Apex Pro iron, and this is their another one of their forged offerings. So slightly weaker lofts. We've got the internal standing wave. We've got some additional tungsten weighting. We've got a little bit of weighting in the badge of the club as well. So chromed, and they now offer this as a combo as well. So you can go cup face 16, and you can go Apex Pro, so maybe the cup face in your long irons, and then go with a Pro model satin finish to match the satin of the CF16 as well. You can go sort of Pro model in the shorter irons. So let's hit a few shots with this. Let's see how this performs. Straight away, you know, really thin top line. So I bring this up to the camera and show you here. You know, really thin top line. So if we compare that to some of the other Callaways with CF16, you know, big difference in that top line there. You know, we look at the oversize, XR oversize, you know, massive thick top line. So minimal offset as well. So, you know, really inviting when you look down at it. Very, you know, very workable head. You know, it's not propping your hands, the handle in front of the shot, in front of the head to try and square up that face. So really inviting at the address position. That nice soft forged feel with the ball on face. Again, I'm using a chrome soft ball not to distort any of the launch and spin characteristics of the ball. So I like the look of the head. You know, it's a great looking head as you look down on it. Very playable. Oh, that's a missed hit. Not a great one, that's a high toe, so let's have a look at that. So still, you know, very forgiving. Rolls onto the front of the green. Very flattering result, that one, from a bad strike. Still, I'm human, right? So we all make mistakes. Obviously very different from a pure bladed club. Still got a bit of forgiveness in there as well. Pretty solid little fade on that. So I'm sort of a little bit short on the carry distance, so maybe the lofts are slightly affecting the ball a little bit. Okay, so that's the Apex Pro iron. You know, really impressive. Obviously pitching at that low handicap golfer. You know, if you go and see a Callaway club fitter, you know, as a low handicapper, they've got some great offerings, Callaway, this year with, you know, their Pro Series irons with the XR Steelhead Pro. The CF16 is a really good looking iron, and then obviously, you know, the Apex Pro as well. So the ball data is going to come up. We'll talk about the ball data. I've also got some cutouts as well of this particular club, so I'm going to show you a little bit of technology. And okay, so we've got the Apex PRO16 model here, and I've hit some shots today with this as well, so we're going to see the ball data a little bit later. So what have we got? So this is a head that's actually been sliced in half, so we can see the profile of the head and see what's actually inside it. So internal standing waves, we've got this big tungsten weight at the back, so they can help control that. That will help them move the CG, center of gravity location, in the head itself, so they can progress it further down in the longer irons to help get the correct sort of optimal sort of launch conditions, to help get the long irons a little bit higher and quicker. So we've got that internal standing wave. This is a forged head as well, so slightly softer in its in its properties versus a steel cast head iron, some of their other offerings. So we also got the badge, which will have some weight properties as well in the back of the main body of the club. So, you know, it always fascinates me seeing the inside and seeing what's actually under the hood of these clubs. And, you know, especially when, you know, they talk about all of this technology and, you know, and how it produces better ball speeds and optimal launch conditions, you know, help launch the ball in the air and hold it on line and spin it properly. It's great when you see these, you know, these cutouts. I'm very lucky to be able to get hold of these to actually see what's actually under the hood. So the finished product of the Apex PRO16 as we see it, you know, that steel, that chrome finish, but great bit of kit, great to see what's under the hood. So that's the Apex PRO16 iron. Okay, so the Apex PRO16 iron, here's the ball data. So as I look at this, I just look at a couple of the numbers here. The launch is slightly higher, so that weaker loft kicking in from this particular iron. The backspin was slightly higher as well. So the carry distance on average was slightly lower, 164, than the sort of 170 that I'm used to with my CF16 current sort of gaming club. So a little bit weaker, more of the old school lofts. So it does what it says on the tin, those lofts are delivering different ball flight conditions, okay? So, you know, I sort of said as I was hitting the shot, you know, it's a really good, you know, it felt really good, that forged head, the technology sort of under the hood as we've seen from the cutout earlier on as well. So, you know, as a club, its dispersion was pretty tight, you know, it performed well, you know, the dispersion, as you would expect from a, you know, a good player front to back is, you know, was pretty tight as well. But, you know, it just almost, because of the stronger lofts that we're used to with the modern iron, you know, it's a little bit deceiving and sort of misleading a bit that, you know, you know, the carry distance is down. It's not really doing it justice. We know that the loft on this particular club is weaker. So it was good, you know, it performed, it does, you know, it's delivered what it should deliver. And for me as a club, it looked great, you know, it looked like it could perform. It's minimum offset, you know, that forged head as well for that softer feel and the tech behind it. So a little bit of the data, I'll put it up on the screen in big as well so you can see that. But the, you know, the ball speed, the launch, and then obviously the spin a little bit on the high side due to that weaker loft, and then the slight sort of dispersion patterns there, and right through to the carry distance and then bounce and roll. Okay, so that was the ball data from my shots hit with the Apex PRO16 iron.